Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here with you to talk about a fundamental topic in the world of data, data governance and data quality. And as you can see by the name of our presentation, we will talk about DataWash, a solution developed by ClearPix on top of Snowflake with the aim to analyze data and make decisions regarding data quality. My name is David Dagra, Principal Consultant, and today I'm here with Guillem and Joan, my colleagues. As you already know, data is one of the most valuable assets for companies. But with a good quality, data can become more a problem than an advantage, leading to bad decisions, inefficiencies, and even regulatory risk. For that, today we will talk about how to implement a good data quality management framework and how the use of innovative tools like DataWash can help us to improve our data quality. To cover all of these topics, we will follow the next agenda content. First of all, introduction. What is data governance? Which are the key pillars of data quality? And how to define and implement a good data quality and governance framework. Later, we will see what is DataWash, the main concepts, architectures, and functionalities. Then, we will see an incredible hands-on demo of DataWash to finalize with a wrap-up and conclusion section. Let's go with the introduction section. Now, I want to explain you what is data governance for us and which are our data governance services. Data governance is the exercise of authority, control, and shared decision-making over data assets with the aim to foster trust in data. As you can see in this diagram, we have three different levels of data governance services. At the top, we have strategy, oversight, and control. That means how we can define the roadmap to implement data governance and the main standards and policies that everybody must follow. At the bottom, we have how data governance is connected and supported through people, roles, and processes using technology. And in the middle, we can see all of data domains that we offer to our customers as a consultant company. Data catalog, data quality, DevOps, and master and reference data management. Later, I will explain you in the next slide. And to implement all of them, we can use different technology vendors like Informatica, Atacama, Colibra, Microsoft Purview, or Snowflake, as you can see into our presentation of today. Simbe Group is premier service partner of Snowflake. With a great pool of certified consultants, we cover the entire Snowflake offering and have experience of working on real projects with our clients. Now we will see our data governance domains. We have 4 data governance domains defined. Data catalog is a way to organize our metadata from technical data assets with details on data ownerships, classifications, and relationships. Our goal here is trying to gain visibility and trust on data context. Data quality, align data with expectations and needs, defining key business rules, identifying root causes, and implementing effective solutions. We try to trust in data values. DevOps, how to define and automate the development, testing, and deployment process of our components in the platform for all existing environments. Gain stability and trust in the data platform is our goal. And the last, master and reference data management. Define, set, and use the golden record for all our entities, like customer and products. We want to trust in core entities data. What is data quality for us and our scope of work? For us, data quality refers to how well data meets the expectation and needs of our organization. Takes into account any type of data and systems and involves the evaluation of business rules to determine the cause and implement effective solutions. As you can see here, we divide the data quality scope into 5 different blocks. We can find different types of data when validating, such as transactional, analytical, master, structured, or non-structured. Data can come from different types of systems like ERP, CRM, data warehouse, or data lakes. Business rules are at the core of our data quality process. By definition, it's a logical condition that data must meet to be considered valid. We can classify the root causes as wrong entry source, wrong definitions, wrong developments, or misalignments. And types of solutions can be a source error fixed by the business user, an ETL process fixed by the data engineering team, or a reporting correction. When we implement a data quality process, our data checks or validation should cover the following 8 dimensions. Accuracy, the dimension in charge to validate if data is aligned with reality. Completeness looks for missing cells in the analyzed dataset. Consistency, check if the same value is stored in everywhere. Integrity validates if data connects properly with other related data. Reasonability validates that a pattern meets the expectation. Timeliness or freshness to make sure that the data change frequently. Uniqueness, no duplicate rows. And the last, validity, confirm data values are accepted by our business. To finalize this introduction section, and move on to talk about DataWash, I would like to comment our data quality methodology that we always follow and recommend to all our customers. Implementing this quality iterative lifecycle, we ensure high data quality. As you can see, we divide our methodology in 4 different steps: discover and profile, existing issues and pains in transactional and analytical data systems. After the discovery, we define our critical data elements, business rules, data quality rules, people, roles, and processes for existing issues and pain. Then, we deploy new data quality rules in the established data quality app. Can be, for example, Snowflake DataWash, which include at least a standard data model and a standard set of reports. And to finalize, identify, solve, and monitor to identify current issues using data quality reports, solve issues applying processes, people, and tech, and monitor our data quality score evolution. It sounds like a simple process, but if you apply it, you will clearly see how you move from low data quality environments to reliable environments. Now, it's time to hand over to my colleague Guillem, who will explain you what is DataWash.
Thank you, David, for explaining the importance of data quality. And now, let me introduce you DataWash, a powerful application designed to ensure top-tier data quality. DataWash is built as a modular and flexible solution, allowing businesses to perform deep data quality analysis in a cost-effective way. Let's now see its main features. First of all, data monitoring. DataWash helps organizations gain a comprehensive understanding of their data, detecting potential issues early to prevent bigger problems down the line. Unlike traditional data quality tools, DataWash stands out due to its wide range of use cases and its intuitive, user-friendly interface, what makes it different. Apart from that, the app offers an efficient way to explore and interpret results with clear visualizations. Another important topic to mention here is that DataWash is fully integrated with Snowflake, ensuring that all your data stays secure within your own environment. Apart from that, the system has the option to notify users about potential warnings, facilitating the error detection and ensuring robust data quality. Last but not least, in the near future, you will be able to schedule automatic runs with predefined settings, making data quality management even more seamless. In short, DataWash is designed to empower companies with better, cleaner, and more reliable data while simplifying the entire process. Having said that, let's go into the Snowflake environment. DataWash has been built using Snowflake Native Apps, a technology that allows applications to be installed and executed directly within your own Snowflake account. Let's go into detail about this process diagram from the following slide. First of all, a provider develops an application using a Snowflake Native App package, which includes data, code, and Snowpark container services. This application is then shared through cross-cloud SnowGrid, allowing distribution across different Snowflake accounts. After that, consumers can install the application directly into their own Snowflake environment, and the app interacts with their data without requiring any data movement outside of Snowflake. Once installed, the app runs within Snowflake, enabling queries, visualizations, and in-depth analysis while keeping data secure. So, in summary, we can say that with these Snowflake native app solutions, we ensure security, scalability, and seamless integration without the need to move data outside our Snowflake environment. So far, we've seen the native app functionality, but let's now see the DataWash application structure itself. The architecture follows a structured approach, ensuring modularity, scalability, and efficiency. Here is how it is organized. First, we have the application package, that is the core of the application, containing all the necessary components to deploy DataWash within Snowflake and subsequently be executed inside Snowflake Native App. Once the application is deployed, it is stored in a staging area within Snowflake, which serves as an intermediate storage for application components before execution. Then we can divide the architecture in two main groups that are backend and frontend. In the backend part, we have a SQL file that defines the structure and data management logic of the application, and then several Python files which correspond to the development of the different models functionalities. Regarding the front-end group, we use the same Python files to build there are several visuals to make users interactivity easier. And then we have used a Streamlit library to build and provide an interactive user interface. To finalize this part, we have a YML file that defines the application's dependencies and settings. Now that we have understood how the architecture is built, let's go deeper into the most important part of DataWash, the different modules implemented. These ones are categorized into three main groups that are format verification, where these modules check whether the data follows the expected structure, ensuring consistency in formats such as dates, numeric values, or text patterns. Then we have basic functionalities, which provide essential data quality checks, such as detecting missing values, identifying duplicates, and validating data integrity. And finally, we have the advanced functionalities, which go beyond basic checks, offering more sophisticated analysis like anomaly detection, pattern recognition, and cross-dataset validations. Another important topic to mention here is the customized rules. They are created by the customer using SQL queries, offering this way endless possibilities. Now let's explain this first category in DataWash that consists of 4 modules designed to verify the format of specific data fields. These modules help identify misspelled or invalid values, and the functionalities are the following. First of all, we have country format check that verifies if country names are valid. Then phone number format that ensures phone numbers follow the correct format. After that, email format that detects invalid or incorrectly structured email addresses. And finally, website format check that identifies websites that do not correspond to valid web domains. Each module provides 3 key insights, which are total number of invalid values detected, total number of values checked in the dataset, and a pie chart to visually compare valid versus invalid values. This allows users to quickly assess and address data quality issues related to formatting. The second group of modules in DataWash includes essential data quality checks that help to detect inconsistencies in datasets. Some of these functionalities are quite intuitive based on their names. For example, duplicated rows, which identifies repeated records in a dataset, non-unique values that identifies repeated records but in the selected column. Then we have null count that counts missing or null values in a column, and value finder that helps locate specific values within the selected column. Additionally, other functionalities we can find in this block are data type incoherencies that detects inconsistencies in column types, such as integers appearing in a float column or numbers found in a bar chart column. Then expected range that verifies if the values in a column fall within predefined user set ranges. And finally, low frequency values that identifies outliers in categorical columns, which helps detect potential misspellings or incorrect entries. As with all modules in DataWash, these functionalities return the number of values flagged as warnings, the total number of values checked, and various visualizations to help interpret the results easily. Now, let's talk about the most powerful modules in DataWash, designed for deeper data analysis. These are correlation analysis, that measures the relationship between 2 variables and presents both the correlation value and a graph. For example, it can check if higher sales correlate with increased website visits. Then we find data recurrence monitor that tracks recurring patterns in data and flags anomalies like unexpected data gaps or sudden spikes. For instance, it can alert if daily transactions suddenly drop to 0. Another functionality is numeric outliers that detects unusual numerical values based on statistical thresholds. For example, it can highlight extreme sales figures that deviate significantly from the norm. Another module related to outliers is outliers by length, that it checks if text lengths in a column fall within expected ranges based on past data. For example, it can flag unusually long or short product descriptions. Another functionality is statistical analysis that computes key statistics, as for example, mean, median, minimum, maximum, and so on. and compares them to expected ranges. For instance, it can confirm whether monthly revenue remains within a stable range. And finally, temporal distribution comparator, which compares how data distribution changes over two selected time periods. For example, it can detect if customer purchasing behavior has shifted significantly between 2 months. Each of these modules, and as mentioned before, provides clear warnings, total check values, and intuitive visualizations to help users quickly spot issues and take action according to that. Now that we've covered the modules, let's walk through how DataWash works from a user perspective. We'll explore the structure of the user interface and see how modules function using two concrete examples: statistical analysis and numeric outliers modules. As we can see here, all modules follow the same core selection process. First of all, we choose the module you want to apply. Then select the table where your data is stored. After that, pick the target column you want to analyze. And finally, but this step is optional, select an ID column. This field helps identify specific rows in the warnings. For this concrete statistical analysis module, the target column must be numeric and ID selection is not required. As you can see in the right-hand pane of the app, you will see a brief module description explaining what it does, the expected results and the visualizations that will be generated, and a preview of the first row of the dataset to provide context. Since this model does not require extra parameters, once selections are made, the results are immediately displayed. Here we can see how the module calculates key statistical measures. Then the user can define expected value ranges for these statistics, and the final output will indicate which measures fall within the expected ranges and which do not. Additionally, every module includes a Visualize Issues checkbox that, if enabled, it displays a table with warnings, highlighting problematic values. In this case, only incorrect statistical measures are shown, which is why ID columns aren't needed here. Now let's take a look at a more complex module, which is numeric outliers. This module follows the same four main selections, but adds one extra field, that is date column selection. Here, the user can choose a date type column or select none, and it behaves differently depending on this choice. If none is selected, all values from the target numeric column are plotted in a scatter plot, outliers are marked in red, and then we have a single parameter that is a sensitivity value that lets users adjust how strict the detection should be. If the date column is selected, the module allows for time-based outlier detection. Here, several additional configurable parameters appear. We have date range selection that defines the period to analyze, the threshold calculation type that determines how outliers limits are set, the observation aggregation that groups data over a chosen time period, for example, daily or every 2 days, etc. And finally, the group repeated days checkbox. This one averages values if multiple records exist for the same date. Now, let's go through a couple of practical examples of aggregation settings. Let's begin with this observation aggregation value to 1. If repeated values exist for the same day, they will all be displayed separately if the group repeated days is disabled. On the other hand, if this parameter is enabled, we only will have one value that is going to be the daily average. Now imagine that this day aggregation is set to 2. Now the x-axis now groups data in 2-day intervals. All values from both days are displayed together. And again, if enabling group repeated dates, we will average values for those 2 days instead of showing each one separately. After exploring these two module examples, we can see that DataWash provides a structured, flexible, and powerful way to analyze data quality. However, it's important to emphasize that DataWash is not a tool that fixes data quality issues, but it is a detection tool. It helps users identify inconsistencies, errors, and anomalies, so they can take action and correct their data at the source. Having said that, I pass the word to Joan, who is going to take us through the demo.
Thank you, Guillem, for explaining the theoretical part of DataWash. Now I'm going to explain the practical part of DataWash, explaining some use cases that we have prepared to you, and then showing them in the demo. We will able to see DataWash in action. Well, we are going to assume that we are a sales company, okay, that is selling products and customers buy them. As a sales company, we can face data quality issues regarding our products or orders. First of all, we are facing a product categorization problem. Discrepancies in product classification can affect inventory accuracy and the customer experience. When products are miscategorized, they become harder to track, manage, and sell. To address this, DataWash scans the database for low-frequency categories, which often indicate errors. These anomalies typically result from human mistakes, such as typos, like instead of writing clothing, you write clothing without the O. By identifying and correcting these inconsistencies, we improve inventory organization and ensure a smoother experience for customers. On the other hand, we can face another problem as total price calculations. These errors create confusion when actual transaction totals do not align with expected figures. DataWash in that case detects numeric outliers in transaction data, flagging unusually high total price values that deviate from the normal range. By organizing results by order date and refining the data scope, the company will identify a misconfiguration in the pricing formula that was introduced in January. So finally, the methodology will be the following one. These two examples showcase how DataWash effectively identifies errors in different areas. By leveraging its capabilities, companies can enhance data accuracy, streamline operations, and make more informed decisions. Having said that, let's see these real problems in our DataWash app. So let me go to the application itself. Okay, now as you can see, we are in our Snowflake account. In that case, I assume that I'm an employee of that sales company, and I have already installed DataWash app in my Snowflake account. Okay, so let's go for it. First of all, we will have to do a first-time setup to configure some parameters to work with this application. As you can see, the first thing that we will have to do is to add a table to work with. In that case, it's as easy as clicking this button, this will appear, and then all the database that we have in our Snowflake account will appear. So in that case, I will work with DataWash POC, then Schema POC, and selecting the sales dataset. So once the dataset is selected, a name has to be displayed. In that case, I will name the table the same way as was in the original database. So I will confirm the selection, and then I will have to select the warehouse I want to work with. In that case, my company works with these two warehouses, but I will go for the apps warehouse. Then a time zone has to be selected as well. In that case, as we are here in Spain, I will select mine. And then again, confirm the time zone. Once these parameters are selected, we can go for the app. So as I assume that I'm a first-time user using this application, I will go first to the Guide tab to see what is DataWash and how it works. Here we can see a little explanation of what is DataWash, the different pages that it has, that are dashboard page, that is the main one, where the functionalities are displayed, all the results, the visualizations. Then we have the custom rules page, that is a page where the user can create personalized SQL rules. And then we have table configuration page, that basically consists of adding different tables that you want to work with in the application, as we have done in the first time setup. Then if you want to see the functionalities that DataWash offers, you can go here, and by clicking the model you want to know. A description will appear, the expected results and expected visualization, you will have it here. Then just for you to see it, here we can add more tables. In that case, we're going to see that we have our sales table already displayed here, but you can select another ones the same way as we did it before. So let's go to the main page. The first step will be selecting the module you want to work with. As we commented in the use cases, the company is facing problems in product misclassification. So first of all, we will go for low frequency values. As Guillaume said before, this description of the module will appear, and then we will have to select the table. In that case, we only uploaded sales table, so we are going to work with this. So the target column in that case will be the category because we are facing problems in this topic. So here the results will appear. In that case, as we don't have any threshold we have to put it to see the warnings. In that case, I want the categories that appear less than 1%. So in that case, we can see that one warning appear. If we can see more details by clicking this button. And here we will see that the category sports and outdoors is classified as a low frequency value. In that case, we can see that the outdoors word is missing an O. So we will consider this as an anomaly, and the company will have to make a change in their data set. On the other hand, we are facing another problem that is a problem related to the total price. So here we will go for numeric outliers. We'll select the same table, but here the direct column will be the total price. First, we can see that we have 31 outliers out of 500 observations. We can see it by enabling this button. And we can relation these total price anomalies by selecting an ID column. In that case, we want to see which order is related to the total price. But what if we want to see more information about these outliers? We want to see if a date relation has to do something with the outliers. So here, the date column that now is in none, we can select a date, in that case, the date when the order has been made. And we will see that the outliers are all displayed in the same date range. In that case, we can filter by date here to reduce the scope of the outliers. In that case, all the outliers are in January month. As we can see, the 31 outliers are displayed in this data range. So thanks to DataWash, we have reduced the scope of the problem, and now the company will have to do investigation regarding this, and will detect that a miscalculated formula was displayed in the calculations of the database. Then, on the other hand, if we want to save this rule, we have the possibility to create a rule. In that case, I want to save, I don't know, outliers rule. Then here a description. In that case, it would be a random one, and then selecting the schedule that will be executed. In that case, I want every day at 3 AM, for example. So I will select these parameters in cron format, and I will automatically create this rule. How rules can be seen in DataWash? So here in custom rules page, we can see all the rules that a customer, a user has created. So in that case, we will see the rule that we have created now here. And these rules can be enabled or disabled, can be modified, or even can be deleted. On the other hand, as Guillem said in the explanation, personalized rules can be created as well. Once the rule has been created, we can check the results. In that case, I created a rule that show me the canceled potential orders, that are these orders that have a total price greater than $4,000. Here is the SQL query and the cron format schedule as well. We can check the results to check if it is working as expected, and once this is confirmed, we can create the rule. And the rule will appear here as well, but the rule type would be custom instead of UI. And this would be a brief explanation of what DataWash can do. So this will be all from my side. Now David will explain wrap-up and conclusions.
Thank you, Joan, for your demo. Hi again. I resume the session and let's go to the last part. Summary and conclusions. Data quality and data wash. As we have seen, data quality is not just a technical issue. It's a fundamental pillar for the success of any data-driven organization. Implementing a robust data governance and data quality program is key to ensure better quality, efficiency, and regulatory compliance. To improve the quality of our data, we need to define good processes, involve the right people, and make use of appropriate tools and technology. And the last, tools like DataWash can help us to achieve this in a scalable and efficient way, with the ease of integration with the Snowflake, the ease of use, and cost effectiveness. Now, I want to comment how DataWash fit with our methodology. As you may remember, our methodology consists of 4 iterative steps, which match with the functionality explained in our DataWash demo. As you can see, here we have the 4 steps or boxes of our methodology. The first, discovery and profile. Using these modules and their different parameters and options and analyzing the results with the dashboard provided by DataWash, we can cover this step. Define. In case of issues detected in the previous steps, we can design rules to be executed on DataWash. Then deploy. We can store and create rules using the application and analyze the modules and parameters or using the custom rules. And the last, identify, solve, and monitor. Using the current data model deployed on the app and future functionalities, we will be able to identify issues and monitor the state of our data quality. And the last point, roadmap. Here, I want to share with you our defined roadmap and the main milestones we have planned for the future. Marketplace. Publish the app on the Snowflake Marketplace to facilitate and secure the deployment. Batch processing, implement the automation layer for data quality rules execution. And the last, reporting, the aim to implement an analytical layer to provide the users more capabilities and tools to monitor the evolution of our data quality. We believe it's very important to implement these requirements in order to have a complete and rounded application. To finalize, I encourage you to follow these principles into your organizations and experience the difference that high data quality can make for you. With DataWash and our data governance framework, we offer a stable, scalable, and market-ready methodology. We understand that every business is unique, with distinct goals and challenges. That's why our team is ready to collaborate with all of our customers interested in implementing our solution or our methodology. That's all. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to the opportunity to work together on any data quality and data governance topic you may need. To stay updated on future insights, make sure to subscribe our channel today. Thank you.